Hi, this is Jake Thorpe with TVS Pro, and today we're continuing our series of videos from the 2015 Camera Comparison Seminar. Today we're going to be looking at a slow motion comparison between the 5 cameras we've been comparing in this series of videos. Those cameras, once again, are the Canon 1DC, the Canon C500, the Sony f55, the Sony FS7, and also the Blackmagic 4K production camera. Not all of these cameras have a true slow motion feature. For example, the Canon 1DC can shoot at 60 frames per second in the 1080 mode, but that's not overcrank, so it's not playing that back in slow motion for us. So we have to take that into our editing program and retime that to 50% if we're on a 30 frames per second timeline. The Blackmagic Cinema camera, the 4K camera, for example, does not have its maximum frame rate is 30 frames per second. So let's go ahead and take a look at these cameras, and we'll look at them one by one, and then we'll put them right next to each other. First camera we're looking at is Blackmagic 4K camera, 30 frames per second. Real time, just pretty much what you'd expect out of any camera without slow motion. Next camera we're looking at is Canon C500. This is 120 frames per second. That gives us a nice slow motion. The Canon 1DC, once again in a 1080 mode, you can do 1080 60p. Our footage is a little glitchy because the card was bad that we were recording on. The Sony f55, this is 240 frames per second. Very gorgeous slow motion going on there. And finally, the Sony FS7, this is 180 frames per second internal. Now, of course, there are other cameras that record much higher frame rates, the Phantom cameras and the fast cameras, but these are the cameras that we were looking at the seminar, and this was just an additional test that we did to show the slow motion differences between the 5 cameras. Once again, the Canon 1DC has been retimed from its 1080 60 frames per second to half speed, and the footage was glitchy. We had a bad card on that, so if you're wondering what's going on with that one. Thanks for joining us on another video, and we hope to see you soon.